Hello everyone, welcome to the Watchtower, and today I am going to be ranking my Tweeterhead superpowers pieces. That's coming up right after this. Hello everyone, like I was saying, today I'm going to be ranking my Tweeterhead superpowers line pieces, because I figured since Darkside came out and he is the last piece in the superpowers line, I'm going to go ahead and rank the ones that I have and we close out this chapter of Tweeterhead and we move on to the next chapter, Tweeterhead 2.0. So, this is only going to look at the superpowers pieces, so the Dark Knight Rises muddy version will not be in this list, because this is only the superpowers pieces, and he, of course, was not a superpowers piece. He was his own standalone thing, so he will not be getting ranked in this list. I have about 9 pieces of superpowers line, so we're going to rank those. You know, it's not, there was quite a bit more of that was actually released. I think there was like 21 pieces or so that were released, but I have 9 of them, so we're going to go ahead and go over those and everything and review them. Small little thing, I don't really regret not picking up pieces or whatever, so all the pieces of the superpowers line that I did not pick up, I don't have any regrets about not picking those up or anything. They just, either they didn't speak to me or I didn't have any connection to the characters. One that I was really tempted to pick up but I didn't is the Starfire one, because I think that one is just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. But I did not pick it up because I really don't have any connection to Starfire. But if I had picked that up, and if the pictures that I saw online are any indication, it would probably be really high on my list. But don't have it, only reviewing the ones that I do have, so, you know, don't come at me being like, oh, this piece is better or that piece is better than what you have. This is just my opinion, guys, okay? You might disagree with it, and that's fine. Let me know in the comments, you know, what your favorite pieces are, or how you would rank them, or what you think of the Tweeterhead pieces, alright? So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. Like I said, I have 9 pieces. We're going to start at my number 9, and we're going to move my way up to the top one then, okay? Alright, so number 9 is the Shazam maquette. This is going to be a very hard list for me to do because I like all these statues, but had a really, really hard time ranking these. But number 9 is the Shazam maquette. And this is a really nice piece. I love the statue and everything, and the pose and the figure. It looks like an Alex Ross painting. But the reason it is ranked least for me is that the base, it really just loses points for me for the base. I find it very generic and kind of boring. I wish there was more details and stuff in the base. I think the lightning looks very plasticky. But the figures, everything looks really good. It's good paint. There are some details lost in the sculpt. I wish it would have been a little sculpted with a little more detail. But it's the bottom of my list. But still a great piece. But just somebody had to be last, and it was just that one. Next is the Wonder Woman maquette. This is, again, I'm going to say this about everyone, but they're all great pieces. I love all these, but this is number 8 on my list, and the reason why is that, well, I love it, like the pose and everything. I love the concept. There is some just, if you look at some of the other pieces later in the line as I have up the list, this one has a little bit not as many details, and in the sculpt and everything, it's a little bit more like subtle details and everything that aren't there. It's a little bit more, just a more like easy sculpt. I should say easy. I don't know how to sculpt anything, but there's not a lot of those details and fine line work and everything there are in some of the other pieces later on, which kind of drops it down for me. And also that neck seam, if you have it up high or anything, that neck seam on it is very, very visible. So that loses some points for me. Number 7 for me is the Green Lantern maquette. Again, a really, really nice piece, but number 7 for me, because I had some other pieces that when trying to rank this list, I had some other pieces that I liked more. We are going to get into now with like the next 5. These all have the same pose, and that's like that Captain Morgan pose with the one leg up and the fist and the hand up. So this whole line, this whole run right in the middle where they all had like the same pose, which was one leg up, one hand up. So, when you put all those pieces together, it's like you really like see like, wow, these are a lot of pieces with the same pose. So you really have to break these guys up, and keep them, not all together, or they look like they're all just like in a line doing a little like thing. So yeah, so the pose, I would have liked, for it to be doing a little something more. And then also, as much as I like the base for it with the translucent resin and the AA gun, that translucent resin, every little blemish or anything in it, you can see through it. So if there's any little small cracks or anything running through the resin, you can see it through the entire thing. I have a whole side of it that's all these little like this like looks like spider web of crack. It's like shattered crack on the inside, and you can see all those little cracks on the inside, those little like or like air pockets or whatever they are. But you can see all those on the inside, and then also if you're looking closely at, you can see the peg going right through. All the way through, so I really don't like that you can see the peg going through the translucent resin where the foot key's in. But other than that, it's a really, really, really nice piece. And then moving up to number 6 is the Catwoman maquette that they did. Such a great piece. So she's so pretty. This is not really. I prefer the black suited Catwoman in the bodysuit, but I'm such a sucker for Catwoman that if it's a nice piece, I'll probably buy, any of it if it's a nice piece, and then I can afford it. So just a really nice statue overall. I like everything about it. I do think that there is a little bit of it probably have a little more detail in the costume and everything, but I know what they were going to with the superpowers line. It was not as much detail and everything, a little bit less. So, still, really nice piece. I really like that one as well. A lot of really great details and everything on that one. Number 5 is the Batman maquette. And the Batman maquette, this is, again, another one that's in that Captain Morgan pose, but this is another one that's a very, 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 very nice piece. Very nicely done. It looks great. I'm looking at it now. I just can't, just keep looking over that. I'm all my Tweeterheads all together. But it's such a great statue, such a great detail. And these are really when we're getting up to like this 5 and up, this is how great these are, because if I didn't have some of these, Batman could be number 1, or, that Catwoman could have been number 1, or up, or 2 or 3, or whatever, if I didn't have some of these other pieces. But that's how great that Tweeterhead is with their sculpts, that Batman's number 5, because I think this is a great piece from head to toe. Absolutely just like almost like perfect. There is that issue with the peg, which I feel like on all of them, that front foot peg doesn't go all the way in. So that loses a little bit for me, because I would have really liked for that peg to sit flush, but it doesn't. But still just a really great piece overall. And then number 4 for me. So number 4 is the Cheetah maquette. And when I was doing this list, I did not expect for Cheetah to be ranked so high above, Batman and Green Lantern and Wonder Woman, some of the others, but that is just having that piece in my collection and everything and looking at it, like I'm just blown away by how great it looks from top to bottom. Just from this is not ranking on who my most popular characters are or whatever, what character I like more. This is based on the statue itself, and just the base is great with all the green foliage and everything, and the marble columns with the vines and everything wrapping around them, and just the way she's painted everything with all the spots, how great all the spots look on her and everything, and the face sculpt. She is just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. So she just looks so, so great. And so that was number 4. So number 3 then is my most recent piece is the Darkside maquette. And this is a absolutely amazing piece. Like, this is probably flawless, and that's why these top 3 for me, I don't have any issues with any of them. I think they're all, you could probably, if you based on your personal preference, you could just interchange probably the top 3 for me. It depends, but it has such a presence. It's so big. It's such great sculpted detail and everything. It looks absolutely outstanding. I like this piece so much. The translucent resin for the flames, just all the switch outs. It's such a great piece. So Darkside is number 3 for me. And then number 2 is the Martian Manhunter maquette. And I think I'm actually so in love with this piece. It's one that I continually go to, even though it was one of the first ones I got for Tweeterhead pieces, I still go to it and continue to look at it and just rank it, and it's ranked so high. It's still one of the first, one of the first ones I got, but I still rank it that high because it's such a great piece. And there's just such great sculpted detail. The base looks amazing with that like Martian like statue head sitting there that he's like hovering off of. Such a great effect with like the hovering and everything. This is such a great piece. They said they're going to do a new Martian Manhunter next year. It's going to have to be pretty impressive to beat this one behind me, because I think this one behind me is phenomenal. And who would do a Martian Manhunter piece? Tweeterhead did. And I don't think it sold that well, but oh my goodness, such a great piece. Such a great piece. But that was my number 2. And then my number 1 Tweeterhead Superpowers line maquette that I have is the Joker maquette. And I don't even know where to begin with it. This from top to bottom is such a great piece. The base is so great with the playing cards laying all around and the tiled floor and the gas canisters with the gas coming out of it and everything, and him holding the mallet. Such great sculpted detail and everything. And then the suit and everything with all the sculpted detail and all the folds and everything in the suit and the head sculpt. I think that's the best head sculpt that they've done for any of their pieces so far. It is just, there's so much detail and everything in that head sculpt and everything. Where some of the other ones, it's more simpler in the head sculpt, but that one is just freaking outstanding from top to bottom. That is a great Joker statue. I think it's better than the XM Studios one that was, like $300 more than it. But I think it's better than that one. This new one that Tweeterhead's doing that they've teased, it better be outstanding to outshine this one, because I think this one is top notch and absolutely great. So my number 1 is the Joker maquette. I think it's just a fantastic piece. It was the first piece that I got in from them, but I'm still in love with it. I think it looks so great. But guys, that's my list. 1 through 9. That's how I ranked them. I like all these pieces, but it was a really tough list to make, trying to rank these guys, because I look at them and I love all of them, and I can't see any of them that I'm gonna part with or anything. There's none of them that are just like I don't like. So this was a really hard list to do. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think. What's your ranking of Tweeterhead pieces? Or, you can disagree with me or whatever. That's fine. If you think, I like this piece or whatever. And you guys probably have some other pieces that I don't have, because they did, quite a few other pieces I don't even own. The Mr. Mizzleplex, the Supergirl, the Harley Quinn, the Starfire. There's some other ones. Donna Troy, there's some other ones that they released that I didn't pick up. So you guys might have some of those other ones up in your list of stuff above some of these. That's cool. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. But thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you the next time that I log in for monitor duty up here in the Watchtower.